Alright, so there's this video by someone named It's Lucy from August 4th, 2019, Triumphing Harbor on Insane Solo. So Insane mode right here was the old version of Fallen mode today. This was so early that the waves were still in development, and this is the earliest strategy that I can find. Using Farm, Minigunner, Freezer, Sentry, and Rocketeer, this person soloed Harbor on Insane mode. And today's challenge for me, of course, is going to be using that same loadout on that same map to beat Fallen on solo. Now you may have noticed that there is a little bit of a problem. The Sentry isn't exactly in the game anymore. And also the Freezer and Rocketeer are absolute garbage now, so they aren't really gonna help. The only DPS tower here I'll be able to use in TDS is obviously Mini, and Mini alone by itself with no support towers can't beat Fallen. So in order to make this challenge possible, I am not going to use Golden Mini actually, but instead I'm going to replace the Sentry with Engineer, because the Engineer spawns sentries. This is the closest thing there is to the Sentry in this old loadout right here. So there we go. This is our 2019 loadout minus the Engineer. And yeah, we're pretty much going to have to play through the game with the same loadout as this person does. I don't think I'll be able to replicate the same steps. After all, the towers were very different. You can even see this person's using Rocketeer as a starter tower. That's clearly not going to work. Rocketeer's just too weak now. And you can see that the game has 56 waves, and the Golden Titan was the final boss for the Fallen mode in the past. But yeah, let's have this challenge start. Seems like it's going to be pretty fun, and I'm actually genuinely curious if you're able to win with this. My plan for the beginning here is to start off with a few farms. I want to use Mini as my starter tower. I don't want to use Engineer, and this is because, well, first of all, this is a great loop, and second of all, shadows. I'm really thinking ahead here. I want to be completely prepared for shadows. Engineer has bad hidden detection, and these two towers are literally useless. It's pretty crazy to think now that this strategy over here has been done almost 4 years ago. Doesn't even feel like Tower Defense Simulator's been around that long. Alright, here we go. I'm about to get some money from my farms, and it'll be time to place down my Golden Mini right here. I ended up taking a lot of health, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter, because I don't plan on tanking any more than this, and it's going to allow for some better farming at the start here. Now this placement is great. I don't actually have to upgrade the Mini in order for it to take down all of these heavies, so even more farming that is for me. Farming is definitely going to be a big thing in this game, because Engineers are really expensive, and I have no DJ. Okay, this wave was a little troubling. If I can't take anything down here, never mind. It's troubling looking, but I don't think it's actually going to cause me that many problems. Right? Okay, yes, I am correct. This means farming. But now we have a boss, and I don't really want to risk anything here. I'm just going to upgrade the Mini. The Mini's going to get some extra fire rate, and I think that's going to be just what it takes to take down this abnormal boss here. Although, we might get pretty close. If I leak it, that's not going to be fun. How close are we going to push it? Okay, down to 22 health. If I moved the Mini slightly over, I would have been able to see this part of the track, and we would have taken it down. Well, that's fine. I'm $1 short off of another farm. Luckily, this wave there are no bosses, so I can just spend all my money on farms. And I almost got all of them now. Well, I'm going to lose 22 health, and I'll have 10 left over. So, we're really going to cut it close here, but it's going to be worth it. As for this wave, there's another boss, but there are no heavies this time blocking it. So, actually, there are shadows next wave anyway, so I don't really have a choice but to upgrade it. And we need to do that because otherwise I wouldn't be able to take the shadows down. The shadows have 20 health, and this Mini just does way more damage when it's upgraded to level 3. My next concern is going to be mysteries. Mysteries, for very obvious reasons, are concerning me right now. As I said, farming is very important. But if I get bad RNG, I'm going to be kind of forced to place down some extra defense. And if I have to do that, it's going to ruin my farming. And less money, less defense, I'm going to lose. It's a whole domino effect from there. So yeah, let's just hope here that I don't get like 20 bosses. And then we'll be all good. And looks like we aren't getting 20 bosses. We got one. Also, I might have just pronounced it buses, which I definitely didn't mean to if I did, but that's fine. You know what I mean. We got another boss. Still not too bad. Okay, yeah. We can keep on farming. Okay, this wave is just so many mysteries. If I get a single boss, I'm upgrading. You can't upgrade. Never mind. I'm hoping for good RNG. That's what I'm doing. I'm not upgrading. What the heck? This RNG is definitely not the RNG I was hoping for. I gotta max it now if I wanna... I didn't need to max it. I just wasted my money. Okay, great. Well, now we've just got a very overpowered tower here for these earlier waves. It's not overpowered, but it's really strong, so that's good. And we've got Fallen's the next wave, but this thing is gonna do all of the work I need. So it's kind of nice. I guess I just spend my money. No, it's not going to do the work that I need. Wait. Don't be too quick. Yeah, it's not going to do the work that I need. Okay, yeah, without this extra mini, the Fallen might have leaked. At this point, 10 health, I cannot risk a single thing. But at least now I can feel a little extra safe from all of these Fallens, perhaps. We still might die if these mysteries spawn a Fallen. So let's just hope there's no Fallens from them. And there was just an abnormal boss. But that's not a Fallen, so we're safe. It's pretty crazy to see the difference in strategy between then and now. Because back then, you would have been using like Rocketeers and Freezers earlier on. And now it's just farming and golden minis. And your best early defense is literally your base. But with zero time to spare here, I probably should get working on engineers. The question is, where's going to be the best placement for them? I'm planning on getting all 6 of them right here so that they... Oh my god, I don't have time to talk. I need to start placing. But as I was saying, I can place all 6 of them within, like, this rectangular area. And that should be just what I need. Because then I'll have these sentries seeing this whole area around the front. I find it a little bit annoying how it's really hard to see the actual range of the engineer. Because it is mostly mixed in with the sentries. There we go, I got max level Engie. But I literally can't tell what the range of it is. I'm pretty sure it's like until here. But yeah, I'm kind of wishing that the range color of the engineer sentries was a little bit different, so that I'm actually able to tell what I'm looking at. And I know this for a fact is possible because the engineer itself has a red and yellow range. So the sentries could probably just have like, I don't know, maybe a greenish range. But now that we're able to get all of these engineers up, we're kind of speed running. So that's looking good. Okay, we got the tank. One of my least favorite enemies, but I mean, 2 max level engineers, max level mini, another engineer, and the tank is nothing. Now, as for these 2 towers that I haven't really used at all yet, I do indeed have a plan for them, and that's going to be to bait stuns. Yes, I literally have a freezer, not for the purpose of freezing, but for the purpose of distracting the Templar and getting it to stun the freezer instead of the towers. Okay, now I think these minis are gonna have to go. They're pretty much taking up the best possible spots for engineer. I don't want to get my engineer here, because then it won't be able to see around this bend. And I really want all the sentries that spawn to be able to see around this bend. So I am gonna sell the minis. I'm not gonna sell them, of course, right away. I'm gonna place down an extra mini or 2 first, so that we do have good hidden detection. Because you see, shadow bosses are a problem, but here we go. Goodbye, minis. We just got a boomer, and it popped some of our sentry shields. That's not bad, I guess, whatever. I'm super glad the sentries do have their shields to begin with, or else, instead of that happening, all of our sentries would have been dead. Alright, here we go. Time for the Templar. Here's our super useful freezer, which is also able to freeze the Templar. Well, why is the Templar going this far? Okay, the Templar is stunning the freezer anyways, but for the future, I should keep in mind that I need my my freezers are a little bit further down. That's not good. We've got a lot of shadow bosses. We've also got a lot of boomers destroying our sentries. Hold on. Okay, this RNG is absolutely amazing. In order to combat that, I'm getting another max level gold mini in the front. Okay, I meant max normal mini, whatever. You know what I mean. But that is so annoying. Mystery bosses being able to spawn boomers. I had a challenge yesterday, and the mystery bosses spawned like 7 or 8 boomers. That was terrible. It would have been way worse for this, of course. That is because all of our towers are a lot closer to the path. But here we go, wave 37. We've got some summoner bosses, hopefully not spawning any boomers. I just had to say that, didn't I? Okay, but now all of our engineers are maxed. So I could start placing down minis. I even have a pretty ridiculous idea of upgrading these freezers so that they cluster the enemies up more, and the rockets from all of these war machine sentries are going to be able to do more damage. That is of course not good, because boomers are just going to stun them like every moment. but that's fine. They will serve a purpose when they aren't stunned. And at this point, I'm just going to be spamming minis. This looks like a ton of DPS. I should, the keyword is should, be able to defeat the Fallen King like this. But I'm a little bit afraid of wave 40 in the fact that I'm going to have to micro a lot, because I really doubt the fact that this first bend is going to be enough to squeeze out enough damage to kill the Fallen King. Unless maybe I'm earning like a crap ton of money and I could just spam minis in this area or something and take the Fallen King down somehow. But yeah, it's wave 40. Time to find out how everything is going to turn out. I'm going to immediately start by upgrading. And the Templar chose a really bad area to start shooting in. It's shooting at my minis, which I don't want. He died pretty quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to keep spamming minis now and hoping that we get enough DPS to kill the Fallen King. We're going to start off with some Guardians. And we should be able to wreck them. Yep. So thankfully, all of our sentries stay because of their shields. Our engineers are stunned though, but that's not that big of a problem. We're going to be able to kill all of these off. I'm a little bit afraid, of course, of getting some fallen heroes from here. There we go, our final Fallen Guardian is dead, and it's time to start focusing all of our firepower on the Fallen King. And in this moment, we're about to find out if the first ever, or at least one of the first ever loadouts to solo Fallen in Tower Defense Simulator is going to work. Done 100,000 damage, and I'm going to have to start microing a lot here. Okay, we're getting some bad RNG. I'm getting my engineers set up to hopefully start doing more damage. This isn't looking good, though. We have a fallen hero, and we might die to it. Are we actually dead to that? Wow, so we did die to the fallen hero. I'm pretty surprised, honestly. We're using better towers, the engineer, than the 2019 loadout, which was using the sentry. Granted, the mode was easier, and Freezer and Rocketeer were actually useful. Even if it wasn't for that bad RNG, I still don't think I would have won. The Fallen King had 80k HP. So yeah, there you have it. Like, subscribe, use StarCode, goodbye.